Hi everybody, wanted to give you one more example of solving polynomial functions before I let you practice. Of course, you can always go back and watch the old videos, but sometimes it's nice to hear a new one. So here's our function. F of x equals x cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x minus 2. So we know there's going to be 3 roots total because our highest power is a 3. So in our little chart, we know that's going to be 3. Now let's go see what kind of signs we have. So first of all, looking at the positive version, first to second term, no change. Second to third, no change. Third to fourth, there's a change. So that means we're going to have one positive root. Let's go see what we have for negatives. So f of negative x cubed plus 4 times negative x squared plus 3 times negative x minus 2. Okay. We clean that up. We've got negative x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x minus 2. First to second term, there's a change. Second to third, there's a change. Third to fourth, nope. So we have an option of 2 negative roots, or remember we can take away an even amount. So we're gonna make that a little longer and say we could have 0 roots. 0 negative roots. Well, we still have 1 positive. Just changes up how many imaginary we'll have. We'll have 1 positive, 2 negative, and no imaginary, or 1 positive, no negative, and 2 imaginary, both giving us a total of 3. So now we just got to figure out what it's going to be. Okay, well, let's give it a shot. Let's do some synthetic division and see what we come up with. So let's try 0. 1, 4, 3, and negative 2. You notice I can just put in the coefficients for the synthetic substitution because all my powers count down. Nothing's missing. Bring down a 1. 0 times 1 is 0. Add 4 and 0, it's 4. 0 times 4 is 0. So that's 3 when you add them. 0 times 3, still negative 2. Not it. So 0 doesn't work. Let's go negative first. Let's see what we get there. Let's see, 1, 4, 3, and negative 2. Bring down a 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. That's a 0. That's going to be 0. Oh, that's negative 2 as well. Not it. Okay. I'm going to move over here just for the sake of space on the screen. Let's try negative 2. If we don't come up with something negative soon, then we'll try for a positive. Because there is always the possibility that there's no negative. But you never know. Bring down a 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. Negative 2 times negative 1 is 2. And that's a 0. So that means negative 2 is one of our roots. So we have x plus 2 times x squared plus 2x minus 1. Okay. Now, we could try to figure out another root for this second factor, or it's a quadratic. Why don't we just use the quadratic formula? So I'm going to slide this up and do just that. When you can use the quadratic formula, go ahead and use it. That's why it's there. Negative 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, Papa goes a wheel going through my head now. Hopefully you do too. Negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4. And this will be 4 times 1 times negative 1. So it becomes minus 4 minus negative, so it becomes plus 4 all over 2 equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 8 all over 2. Well, then we got to figure out what do we do with the square root of 8. Remember, 8, if you factor it out, has a perfect square in it. So we can have negative 2 plus or minus 2 square root of 2 all over 2. And a 2 factors out here. Everything, not under the radical, but everything else. So that cancels to a 1. That's a 1. That's a 1. So that means we have -1 plus or minus square root of 2. So our final answer, our three roots are x equals -2 and -1 plus or minus the square root of 2. 1, 2, 3 different roots. And that is your answer. So it turns out we have 2 negative roots and 1 positive root. Because -2 is obviously negative. -1 minus something else is going to become more negative. But -1 plus square root of 2, square root of 2 is something like 1.41, so that'll make it just positive. So that becomes our 1 positive root. And that is how we do that.